Another glorious day in the land of diecast. Today's video, I've got brand new Greenlight stuff to show for you today. Out on the review table, and that's 3 sealed cases straight from pretty much Greenlight. We've got Black Bandit Series 22 to look at, full set. And I've got the Hobby Shop Series 8, as well as Hollywood Series 26. All 3 of these are sealed cases with a chance of a chase green machine, or hopefully a raw chase, like we saw in a previous video of my Greenlight stuff. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Okay, got you on the other side of the camera. Now we're going to do a quick review of the packaging, and then we'll open up all of the packaging, look at the vehicles inside. And as I go, I'll be placing them on my 50 car Hot Wheels display stand in the background, which is still sporting vehicles from the previous Greenlight video I did. Well, I've already got one of those open up, so we'll put that one aside. So let's start with, again, the Hollywood series. That Caprice, you can see it's got some nice packaging. Groundhog Day, there's that truck that Greenlight's produced, flying off the cliff in the movie. What a great movie that is. A good, funny movie. And look at the actual car. You can pause on that and read about the movie a little bit. But actual car from the movie, so super cool. We'll definitely get that out of the package, just like we're going to get everything out of the package here, with the exception of the green machine from Black Bandit. Hollywood Series, yeah, 8. Fall Guy, this is one of the ones that, or wasn't Hollywood Series 8. Anyways. Series 26. What am I saying? Got the Hollywood mixed up with the Hobby Shop. Alright, let's just look at the vehicles in the package. This is one that everyone has been wanting for anticipating anyway, so that's going to be the big seller, I think, in the Hollywood selection of vehicles. The Taxi Driver is one I'm excited about as well. And there you have the packaging on the front. A little bit of a synopsis on the back about this classic movie with Robert De Niro. Great movie. Expect there to be lots of those cars in that movie. I can't remember if he drove one of those or a Caprice or something similar, but Robert De Niro as a taxi driver. Sanford & Sons, 1971 Chevy. Nice background there. Salvage, we buy and sell junk. Whole bunch of stuff you can pause on. Really like the Hollywood series for that reason. It's kind of a great little movie throwback as well, with the vehicles from the movie. Probably one of Greenlight's best series in my opinion. Really like it. Speed, there you go. In case you don't know about Speed, pause on that. Home Improvement. Well, I used to watch that show here and there when I was a child. And we've got a Commander. I'm not sure where that one fits in the show. I don't really remember seeing it, but maybe it was in there, and we'll blurb about that. The Hobby Shop. Now these ones all have a generic packaging, so we don't have to look at each one. They all have this awning, piece of cardboard awning. They come with an accessory, which is really cool. Adds value to this set. Another one of my favorite series from Greenlight. And on the back it's got kind of a chalkboard with all the vehicles in the set, which you don't need to worry about because you can see them all right here. So there they all are. We're going to get them all out of the package. And the same with the Black Bandit. Packaging's all the same, very generic. So we're going to get right into that. This one, of course, is Series 22 down at the bottom. Getting up there. And like the Hobby Shop, it's got a generic background with all the vehicles that you can collect. Which again, you're going to see all of them here. Let's get all these cars out of their package now. I've got them all snipped to the point where they're just going to come out rather easily. First one we're looking at is the Groundhog Day 80 Chevrolet Caprice Classic. What a nice car. Now I always shine these cars straight up out of the package with a small microfiber rag like this. Gets any of the factory grease and thumbprints off the car. But we'll do that after. I'm just going to open up each of the cars. And so if you see any fingerprints or anything like that, those will all wipe off usually pretty easily. That's factory. These cars are, in what appears, I may be wrong, but it appears that they are hand packaged at some point in the process of making them, or putting them into the package I should say. I'm sure they're completely automated in making, but then again I could be wrong there as well. There could be someone actually gluing little bumpers on and stuff like that. It'd be lovely to see a factory where they make Greenlight cars, or at least a video of that. But what a nice looking car. I think this is the first time we've seen such an old Caprice from Greenlight. It's got the 3 independent individual square taillight lenses on it. It's got the 4 headlights that the older Caprices had instead of just a big singular rectangle lens across the headlights. So this is a nice model. It won't be any different than any other year of car other than those headlights and taillights for the most part. Fall Guy. Now, I don't know anything about this show, unfortunately. Stuntman Associate. A lot of these shows, actually, I don't know too much about, but we're here to look at the models, and it's cool that the packaging tells you about the show. So, I have at least read the packaging, we'll put it that way. So this is a really nice truck, as you can see. It's got a separate hood piece. It does not open on this model, but you've got a winch, bush bar, you've got fog lights, and I'm sure if we zoom in, we're going to find the actual name on the fog lights. Looks like it might be a little misplaced, the tampo, so it might be hard to see that. But what a cool vehicle. All black metal suspension with the plastic axle risers so that it can accommodate these large wheels. Just a great truck. Got different headlights on the top, rectangle and circular. Got some good rollers so far. Always nice to see. Okay, the next one out from Speed, 1970 Bronco. This one also has plenty of lights on it. And an opening hood. Well, mine doesn't open very far, so we're not going to worry about the engine on that model. I believe the roof piece comes off on this vehicle as well. I'm not going to try for this video, but nice little silver, very stock looking Bronco. Another good roller. Sanford and Sons. I never watched this show. A little bit before my time. So I can't tell you whether this truck was, I'm sure it was in the show, but I don't know where or what its role was in the show. So really cool. The old C10. This is an older Greenlight casting. I've got a lot of these C10s. I generally don't buy them anymore because I have so many of them. But they are cool. Cool, nice old trucks. 75 Checker Taxi. Well, I just love these taxi models. I really like buying police cars and taxis for some reason. I like to have a fleet of them, so it's a bit of a problem at times. Got the hood that opens. Shows a nice little engine. Taxi thing on the roof. Let's see what it says on the doors. Dependable taxi service, 65 cents per something, 10 cents for something else. Nice looking car. One of my favorites. Do not tailgate. One of my favorite castings, newer castings from Greenlight this year, or this past year. Okay, final one out. Studebaker Commander. Like I said, I don't think I have any of these in my collection. Whoa, just about lost the camera. So, that's a nice one. I'm going to have to review carefully here. Maybe you guys already have one of these cars in your collection. I love those simple hubcaps. That's something I can say right off the bat. The two-tone paint. Navy blue with baby blue or sky blue. Just really nice combination. You got Studebaker across the back of the trunk lid. Nice little model. Decently detailed chassis. No opening parts on this one, it would seem. I'm not sure if that's a newer casting or might be a brand new casting. I don't know why I haven't seen this one before, but maybe I just haven't actively seeked it out to collect it. Any rate, that's the Hollywood. Let's get into the hobby shop now. I'm going to have to put these vehicles somewhere to make some room. So in no particular order. Let's see how many we can get onto a shelf here. Probably only 4. But that's all it was designed for. So that is to be expected. There you go. As you can see, the other vehicles are from the previous video. I've just kind of left everything here. I haven't really changed the display at all. And we're back with the Hobby Shop Series 8 as they come out of the package. The first one, 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit with race car driver. There he is. Pretty cool. Love the graphics on this car. the little fender flares, the chin spoiler on the front of that car. It's got like a little body kit on it, body effects kit, rally kit, racing kit, whatever it is. It's cool. Let's zoom in on this car first just for a second. Take a look at all the neat little decals on it and whatnot. Volkswagen Racing. That's going to be a got to have for any little Volkswagen fans out there. And since we're doing this review, like I said, we're going to compare it to the Golf MK1. And this is a 74 that we're looking at, so very, very close. Years, just a slight difference. And actually, we don't have to look through the package. I have one of these open already, so there you have it. Some differences to be noted in the cars. And the bumper delete on the race car, which is pretty cool. So, and let's get don't forget about your little driver. We're opening these guys up. Whoop! He matches. He's got a little matching race suit. And, of course, everything being 1/64 scale, including the people. Just my favorite thing about Greenlight and a lot of these premium brands, excuse me, is that. And speaking of premium other brands, just while we're looking at that Volkswagen, I want to give you guys a bit of a leak here, a little bit of an update, or whatever you want to call it. I've got some new vehicles that I would like to review by a new brand to me that I've never collected called Schuco. I think I do have some really old Schuco, but I certainly haven't bought anything new. Maijo exclusive, limited 1200 edition. Also 1/64 scale there. Pretty much, you know, this is just a little plug for a forthcoming video, but got this cute little car, very well made, all metal by Schuco, and putting it next to the MK1 that Greenlight has produced just verifies that. It's got really nice wheels on it though. Let's just do a quick zoom in. High quality, actual lens tail lights and whatnot. I guess this is pretty much a review on the Schuco car. It wasn't intended to be, but anyways, I wanted to bring that out at the same time as I discussed these Golf cars. So look forward to that in future videos. We're also going to be looking at a few other vehicles I got, including this awesome Land Rover Defender. But for now, we're going to keep moving along on the hobby shop Greenlight stuff. And here we have the 84 GMC with matching gas pump. Now, I've got a slight problem here with the casting. It appears that the box was not fully settled on the chassis when they formed the rivet in the bottom, so we've got a bit of a misalignment of the chassis, kind of bananaed, as I like to call it, from the Demolition Derby descriptions of what happens to these pickup trucks in a Demolition Derby. They often banana at the frame, kind of thing. So that's what we got going on here. A bananaed pickup. Unfortunately, that's not fixable really without drilling out that rivet, which is not a big deal if you don't mind having a drilled rivet. But a really nice truck, very nice truck, and the gas pump, of course. There it is. Very nicely detailed gas pump. Lots of amazing details. Always amazes me at how they get so many details into their little items. Now this is a really nice vehicle. I love these cars. I can't wait to add it to my growing collection of Ranchero Squires, the surfboards. This one's got the fog lights in the grille. Got that woody look finish on the sides. Rally rims. Radial TA BF Goodrich tires. Just a nice big car. You don't see a lot of these things around anymore, but they are growing in the popularity of classic cars. Oh! I just got a surfboard right to the forehead. That just came flying out of there. Put those in the back. I guess they're supposed to just kind of sit in the back like that. I don't know. You want to strap them down if you're doing any high-speed driving, but there you have it. Next one out is the 86 K5. Super cool. All those extra wheels. I mean, the wheels it has are nice enough, but if you want some chrome wheels, and the reason why they give you these extra wheels, I mean, there's no axles or anything, is because you can actually remove the wheels and reuse the axles fairly easy. By hand, you could probably do it, but there's probably better ways of doing it with like some small tools, probably household tools even. You could do some YouTubing, or I'm going to look into that probably myself in a future video. I'm going to tear apart some Greenlights, see the best way to actually work on them, swapping wheels and whatnot. I'm going to share that with you guys, but that information is out there already on YouTube, so if you can't wait, I'm sure you can find some information on how to do that. But what a beautiful truck. Lovely two-tone. Number 4441. You got that removable plastic cap on the back of the truck. It's going to hitch. And now for the wheels. A little handful of wheels. Oh, dropped one already. There you have it. Interesting. Interesting pattern on them. So we'll put those basically in the back of the truck. Just to remember, he's carrying his summer tires in the back of the truck. How's that? That's fine. Until the video where I change wheels, that'll work for now. We've got the 76 Coronet with Woman in Dress. Woman in Dress. Clutching a purse. Or a clutch. Clutching a clutch. Oh, the woman in the dress is falling out first. This one's really in there. Oh, alright. We didn't lose any bumpers. That's good. What a nice car. Now, most of these castings that Greenlight has released have been taxis or police cars. There's very few that don't have the hole drilled in the roof for the taxi light bar or police sirens. So, very nice to have one of these all-stock versions of this car without the holes drilled in the roof. So for customizers out there, if you want a whole bunch of different just kind of civilian cars, these are the better ones to start with than the police car, where you're going to have to fill some holes on the roof. I don't know how much customizing is really happening with Greenlight other than wheel swaps. That's what I see all the time on eBay, people swapping wheels and then, you know, trying to get $40, $50 a car for it just because they spent 10 minutes swapping a wheel. Maybe it's more than 10 minutes, maybe it's more of a process, I don't know. But sometimes they sell. Here we have the 2015 Jeep Wrangler. This one has the banding around it because the roof is removable. Let's see if we can slide some. There we go. Scissors in there. Get rid of that. Alright. Like the yellow paint job. You really get to see more of the details on this Jeep Wrangler now that it's yellow, because all of the previous releases I've seen, with the exception of the hitch and tow, I can't remember what fuel company was on it, but all the other Jeeps I've seen are black, and they seem to continue to make a lot of black Jeeps. No roll bar? What happened? I thought we'd already covered this problem, Greenlight. No roll bar in this Jeep. I did just get a Jeep with a roll bar. It looks very funny without the roll bar. It's not like that's an option in these Jeeps. You might as well not even have the roof removable if you're not going to put the roll bar in there, so that's a gripe of mine with Greenlight. I'm quite surprised to see that, actually. Quite surprised. We've got the camper man. He's a guy with some binoculars. Cool. Alright, that's all for the hobby shop. Next, let's get all the Black Bandits out of there, but first we've got to make some room on the shelf here. So let's see if we can get these cars in there somewhere. Start with that one. That up there, the truck, all of its wheels, car with surfboard over there. Maybe we'll fit that little Golf in at the end. Jeep with no roll bar up there, better not roll out of that shelf, you guys will all be dead. Pickup truck. And the Schuko, and oops, the Schuko and these other cars, well, I guess we'll just put them here for now. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those guys. And an assortment of small people. Well, those are useful for my dioramas, so those generally just go straight to the diorama. Maybe I should just leave them kind of standing around. They're kind of cool. Leave them on the van. Okay. Anyways, I digress. Finally, what you've all been waiting for, a Black Bandit collection. Vehicles coming out of their packaging. Another Golf. 76 Volkswagen Golf. Specifically. Needs a little bit of a shine. Got a few oil slicks on it. Factory oil slicks. These black cars show the fingerprints and oil the worst for obvious reasons. So all these cars will receive a nice little microfiber bath, so to speak, before they go to the display shelf. Really love these wheels on this particular model. I guess we're going to have to reach back, look at some of the other models' wheels that we've had come out. So the yellow MK1's got very basic kind of steel wheels, probably the cheapest wheel option. And then the vehicle that we saw in the rally, oops, sorry, we lost focus there for a second. Same wheels, different paint job. Really makes them look different, adding that black center to these otherwise all aluminum looking wheels. And just for curiosity, let's compare it to the Schuko, which has a, again, we've lost focus, I apologize. Very standard kind of a steel wheel, much more like the MK1 from Greenlight. Okay, so we've got that vehicle out there. Very cool car. Did we get the hood open? Yes, we did. There you go. Nice little detailed engine in that car. One of my favorites, the 1980 Chevy Caprice in black. Now this is the same year car as we saw with the Groundhog Day Caprice. So it's got the individual taillight lenses and headlight lenses. It's got the black steel rims with the dog dish hubcaps on it. Really cool. Black Bandit on the license plate, BB. That's an exciting model. I really like that. Nice and simple. I don't think these cars have an opening hood. Should know that by now. I don't think they do. It's a separate hood piece, but that's another thing I'm going to discover as I do my investigation of how these cars are built. It's going to be a forthcoming Greenlight video at some point. How do they make these cars? What are all the parts for? And why do they have individual parts on some of them? So here we're looking at the 70 Datsun 510 4-door. Another really nice car, painted engine, air cleaner anyways. Just a little tiny car actually, compared to the big American cars. 1972 Ford Ranchero. Looks really cool with these aftermarket black 5-spoke wheels on it. Quite a tread pattern. Looks like a heavy duty, kind of an off-road or mud and snow tire, perhaps. Nice silver striping for the chrome all around really highlights this black paint job. As you can see, it needs a shining desperately. Let's see how much better they look just with a quick little shine on the side. Night and day. There's shiny side, fingerprint side. Okay, another black Jeep. Let's see if they remembered the roll bar in this one. Get out the snippy snips. Well, this one's a bit more of a struggle, it seems. I'll have to get the knifey knife. There we go. Okay, roll bar or no roll bar? I see a roll bar. Good job, Greenlight. Good job. All right, get that in every model, and we'll be consistently happy. Very cool, nicely detailed black Jeep. And the last one, of course, was the Green Machine Police Interceptor. Now, whilst I did just open a Green Machine from the VW Club, I normally do not open my Green Machines. This one's number 94, green base. I do have a little section in my diecast museum where I've got Green Machines and now a raw chase to hang in my kind of like little jewelry area of supposedly rare and expensive vehicles. So for that reason, we won't be reviewing the 2020 Ford Police Interceptor, and I may have to get a bone stock version, i.e. not Green Machine, from my local hobby store. A lot of these vehicles are not found in my local stores. A lot of questions I get about my my collection here is, where do I get them all? And how do I afford them? All those sorts of questions. Very good questions. I'm not even going to bother putting these back. I've got to shine them up. But anyways, yeah, they do not make the local department stores all that often here in Ontario, Canada. I think that's probably pretty common across Canada. So if you have a local toy store in your community, that can be a big help in getting the vehicles. But for those without that, you can do it the way I've always traditionally done it and just buy them online on eBay, looking for you know, sort your items by item price and shipping costs, lowest first or highest first, and then just figure out where you are to get the best deal. So that's my recommendation. And if you're after any of these vehicles, as I always say, happy hunting. Thanks for watching.